Good morning, Waypoint VPKers. I am Miss Linda, and Miss Becky and I teach the VPK superhero class on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I know this is so crazy being at home and trying to learn, and I know that you miss your friends at Waypoint. Well, know that we miss you too, and we are just trying to make the best of a silly situation. We want everybody to be safe and practice social distancing. You can ask Mommy and Daddy what that means. But in the meantime, we are going to try and bring you some of the fun things that you do when you're at school. We're going to try and bring them into your home. So let's think, what's one of your favorite parts of the day? I know for my class, they love center time. Center time is when we break up into smaller groups, and we in our room have 4 different centers in the class. We have our art center, our imagination station center, blocks and toys, and our math, science, and writing center. So today I am going to do the math, science, and writing center with you. We are gonna do wet, dry, try. Wet, dry, try is part of our writing curriculum that we do with handwriting without tears. Now in this box we have some of the, actually all of the things we use for handwriting without tears. We have a big curve, a little curve, a long line, and a little line. And that's the terminology that we use with the children when we're trying to teach them how to write their letters. They are very familiar with it. But I just wanted to give the parents a heads up as well. So today we are going to do wet, dry, try with our letter this week, which is the letter, that's right, the letter N. Now, we have chalkboards in our classrooms that we use. And these chalkboards have little smiley faces right up here in the top left-hand corner. And that is where the children learn to start their letters, because where do we start our letters? At the top, right? So when I refer to it, I'll go to your smiley face, and typically we have the children point to the smiley face. So point to your smiley face. Now take your chalk and go to your smiley face, and you're gonna make a long line down. It's gonna look up. I don't know that you can see that very well because it's so close to the side. Here's my long line down. Now, to finish making the letter N, I'm gonna come back up to my smiley face. Now I'm gonna make a long diagonal line. So diagonal goes from here to here. So if this is a straight line, this is a diagonal line. It can go this way, or it can go this way. For the letter N, we're gonna go from the smiley face corner down to the other corner. We're gonna do one long line, long diagonal line, right down to here. There we go. Now, don't move your chalk. Keep your chalk where it is. Don't move it, because now you're gonna make a long line up to the other corner. So we have a long line down, pull your chalk up. We have a long diagonal line down, and then a long line back up. And that is the uppercase letter N. Now, let's do the wet part of wet, dry, try, okay? So we take our sponge, and I think you all have a sponge, and you have chalk. You may or may not have a chalkboard, and it's okay if you don't. You can do this on paper or on fabric or whatever you want. We just happen to have these little chalkboards that really help. So we're gonna find our smiley face. Now we're gonna take our wet sponge to our smiley face, and we're gonna do a long line down. All right, now we're gonna come back to our smiley face and do a long diagonal line. There's our diagonal. And now we're gonna do a long line back up. Oh my gosh, can you see it? Can you see it on there, the wet? Long line down, long diagonal, and then come back up. That is the uppercase N. All right, now you can take your chalk and do it again. All right, start at your smiley face, find your smiley face. Now take your chalk, put your chalk at your smiley face, and do a long line down. Now come back up to the smiley face. We're gonna do a long diagonal. Remember, the diagonal is like this or like that. We're gonna do a long diagonal line down. All right, keep your chalk there. Don't move it, because we have to make a long line back up, okay? You see long line down, come back to the smiley face, long diagonal line down, and long line back up. That's for the uppercase N. And you can take your wet sponge and go over it again. Find your smiley face with your finger, put your wet sponge on it, do a long line down, come back up to that smiley face, do a long diagonal line down, and then a long line up. Now you can do this as many times as you want. You can even do it in sand. If you have a bowl of sand, you can write it in sand, practice it that way. You can practice it on sandpaper if you want, so you can feel the way the lines go. There are lots of different things that you can do. Now, we're gonna work on the lowercase n, all right? So you see our chalkboards, we have a smiley face here, and then for the long line down, we have that split in half. So this is kind of the halfway point. If you're going down, this is the halfway point if you're going across. So for our lowercase n, we are gonna come halfway down our board with our finger, and that's where we're gonna start our chalk. And we're gonna do a little line down, okay? We're gonna keep our chalk there, don't move it, because you know what? We have to swim back up that line to make a hump, okay? So you're gonna keep your chalk there, you're gonna come up almost to the top, and you're gonna make a little hump that comes to the middle of your horizontal line. So the N, you see how it's got that little tail on the top? You're gonna come, find halfway across your board, you're gonna come down, little line down, and then swim back up that line to almost the top, and you're gonna make that hump, okay? Let's get our sponge and try it with that. So come halfway down your board, right here with your finger, that's where you're gonna put your chalk. Now do a little line down, and then you're gonna come way back up and make your hump. So you can see the N has just a little line on the top, okay? Short little line down, come up, and then make the hump. Now, you can clear this off, but you can just take your chalk and go right over it again. So find your smiley face, come halfway down, and that's where you're gonna put your chalk. Do a little line down, keep your chalk there, don't move it, because you gotta come right back up, all right? Come back up, and then dive back on down. That is your lowercase n, okay? So I hope you have fun. Now you can use your sponge again. Little line down, come back up, and make the hump. At this point, you can wipe your board off if you want, or you can just continue to do it over and over again until you get the hang of making that little curve, that little line down, and that little curve. Same with the uppercase N, the long line down, the long diagonal, and then the long line back up, okay? Try this, it's lots of fun, and we will see you again with another fun center, okay? Take care.